Get a look under the hood of this future hoopty. The paint is beautiful, for sure. You don't even know how to open your own hood.
Why would I do that? There we go.
Oh my God.
Look at this mess.
Oh my God.
1980s Jaguar. Yeah.
No, Ford. No. What are you doing? This is hideous.
Yeah.
Not even a decorative cover to hide all this horrific wiring and vacuum lines, and oh, it's hideous. Cows. Look at this. Welcome to Movies Garage, the dumbest automotive channel in all of YouTube, and this is the brand new 2021 Ford Bronco. Now, I normally don't do new car reviews. I think the last one I did was on the Jeep Gladiator that I bought brand new, and I thought that was a massive, hilarious mess with the launch. I bought the launch edition and thought I was getting the very first Jeep Gladiator, but that turned out it wasn't the case. They delivered a bunch of them to dealerships, and then the launch editions came later. Jeep owners who had ordered these were very, very angry, but not nearly as angry as Bronco owners. And if you take a little step back in history, back when I was a junior in high school, 2004 is when they unveiled the original Bronco concept. 2004, almost 20 years ago. And now here we are in 2021, and it is a massive, massive fail. Not the car, but the delivery. It's probably the biggest fail in Ford's history since the Edsel. But before we talk about how the Bronco is a fail, I'd like to thank DraftKings for sponsoring today's video and giving you a chance to win big at fantasy football. DraftKings, the leader in fantasy sports, is putting you in the center of the action for a shot at millions of dollars in prizes every week of the regular football season. I have never done a fantasy team before and like how DraftKings makes things so easy. As points are tallied automatically, you can play on any device, and there's lots of different options for gameplay. Just sign up and draft your 9 favorite players, including a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes in my case, Kansas City Chiefs of course, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, and 1 defense. Each player listed has an assigned salary, and a valid lineup must not exceed the salary cap of $50,000. Rack up fantasy points for touchdowns, yards, field goals, and so much more. Full rules and scoring can be found in the description below. New users use the promo code HOOVIES during the sign-up and get a shot at millions of dollars in prizes with your first deposit. Get in on the action now. Use the code HOOVIES and get a chance to be crowned the next millionaire. And to help explain why the Bronco is a massive fail, I have its new owner here, Rob. Big fail, right?
For everybody else but me.
Well, I mean, even for you, you have been waiting for how long?
4 years.
4 years.
I mean, technically, you know, since I had the reservation, and it was maybe a year and a half, but
that's still an absurd amount of time. They came out with the concept in 2004. It looked like this. It took them almost 20 years to make it, which is just so incredibly stupid. And then even more stupid, everybody's expecting this Bronco. Do they come out with it first? No, they come out with the Bronco Sport.
The Sport.
And people think that that's the new Bronco when it's a Ford Escape that's just like barely lifted.
Yeah.
And you even saw somebody that thought they were having the big Bronco,
yeah,
right?
Pulled up next to a guy in an exact cyber orange Sport, and he was like, "Hey, roll your window down." And so I was like, "What's up?" He goes, "What the hell's that?" And I was like, "What's the Bronco?" And he's like, well, "That's what I thought I got." And I was like, well, and you could just see his face went from like the joy of Bronco ownership to like,
he's wondering why his was $27,000 and thought he was the big boy when this is it.
Is the big boy.
Now, the actual product itself is fantastic. It's amazing, but everything around this has been such a disaster that anybody that hasn't gotten one yet, you're one of the few exceptions, are so angry, that I imagine getting the bad taste out of their mouth is going to take a lot more than, well, just a really good car.
Oh, definitely.
Well, why don't you give me a tour? So this is a Badlands package, right?
Badlands, yes. This is cyber orange with the molded in color top. So this is the problem.
Yes.
This is the big problem that all the Broncos are having. This one, according to the dealership, actually is still in Dearborn. It's not even here yet, but it's here.
So they stopped making deliveries of these because the tops, it was cosmetic issues. It wasn't like it was structurally failing or anything. This is a removable top, and they chose to stop it because of cosmetic problems. They didn't want to have to like recall them, so they're just thousands and thousands of these are sitting.
Are just stuck.
But yours slipped through. Everybody else is, they're talking late October or November.
And if you don't have a VIN number yet, you're not even till 2022.
You got pushed till the next year. So even you, being delayed, You had to limp your truck along, like you bought used tires for it. Your Tundra pushing 300,000 miles.
Oh yeah, it was vibrating all going down the highway. Things were falling off, and I'm just hanging on, just, you know, it's gonna make it.
And you got it, but everybody else is having to wait for, holy moly, look at the rocks. That is quite a little show there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it turns into a bucking Bronco. Well, is your top getting a little funky? I guess.
Haven't seen anything yet. There's a couple little spots. You can see little imperfections. Right here is where you can start to see the problem they're talking about, though.
Oh, yeah.
See where it slowly does that kind of...
Sure enough.
That's the beginning of it, but Ford's already told me I'm getting a new top, so I'm just going to keep the Bronco for it.
Well, here, let's hop in. Well, they do have screens galore. So is this better than a Wrangler?
Oh, absolutely it is.
It's got big screens, obviously.
Roomier, rides better. I think it looks better. I think Ford just really knocked it out of the park with this.
Well, in order to knock it out of the park, you actually have to deliver units.
Well,
now, the chip shortage, obviously, not their fault. I mean, the fact that the supply chain is so reliant on China making chips is scary and ridiculous. But, I mean, the top thing?
The top, well, it was Webasto, yeah. The issues with Webasto
was a supplier.
Really, really bad.
And it is a little more complicated looking than a Wrangler.
It is. This panel comes off, then this panel comes off, and then the back comes off.
Interesting. So one person could still do it, right?
Yeah. The back part's a little tricky. I mean, I probably couldn't do it myself because I'd probably break it, but...
Yeah. So you have heated seats, steering wheel. Is this active cruise setup?
Bang & Olufsen sound system.
German?
Yes. In a Bronco.
Okay.
And goat modes. It wouldn't be a Bronco without all the goat modes.
Does goat mode mean greatest of all time, or does it just mean
goes over
gravel?
All terrain.
Oh. Very, very nice.
You just spin the wheel and then you watch the dash and you'll see it change to normal. You've got echo, you've got slippery, you've got mud ruts, you've got sand, and Baja, which actually will activate this camera, and you can actually watch where you're going while you're going. It's pretty neat.
I see.
And notice it changed the little indicator sand color. It's kind of cool.
All right.
And then, yeah, it goes all the way back to rock crawl if you want to rock crawl. I mean, I'm going to be crawling the malls hard with this, so.
Right. Okay, we'll put it, in mall crawler mode. And,
back to normal.
Let me take around the block here.
Yeah.
You can be my cameraman.
All right. I'll happily do that.
Raised fenders is definitely weird.
Yeah,
it's like
different.
A 50s car.
Very retro.
And you can tie down onto those, I guess, huh?
Yep. For a canoe or kayak or whatever you want, grandma.
Okay, 958 miles, so we're past break-in, right?
Yeah.
EcoBoost. I don't hear turbos.
No, it's got a little more engine noise than turbo noise.
Interesting.
It's got a nice little growl to it.
There is a nice, I mean, it sounded like a V8, but it's obviously not.
No.
And you'd think the turbos would be making noise or muffling it, and it's not.
No, not at all. It really, and it goes pretty good for a big brick.
Now, whether this EcoBoost engine is going to last at 300,000 miles like your old Tundra,
I honestly don't think so, but I don't care.
It's not going to happen.
No, I don't care. It's not gonna beat the Tundra, but I don't care.
Not likely with the turbos, and the cam phasers, and being a Ford.
No, but it's so cool. It is so cool.
It is cool.
I'm so glad they decided to build this, to give Jeep people and anybody really a chance at something else, something different.
I suppose, but they're not building it. I mean,
well, they are, because here you're driving one.
I guess the thought process is they didn't want to deliver products that they had to bring back and recall. The quality ratings would go in the tubes, maybe, or they just didn't want to deliver defective products to customers. But you would think, I would think pretty much everybody would take one with a top that's like molting or skinning right now, and then just take a top whenever it shows up, right?
Definitely. I think that's what you see a lot of on the forums of people saying, why can't we get them with the tops? Or without the tops. We just ship me the truck and get me the top when you can. But Ford specifically said they're not going to do that. And probably a logistics nightmare. I assume also the fact that you can't even get, drivers and trucks right now. So,
knowing you've been trolling those groups.
I would never.
You've been trolling for sure.
I might have posted
all the people complaining.
I might have posted a couple things, hey, look at the Bronco, what a surprise, it's here, I'm shocked,
And you were actually the first delivery
in Wichita.
In Wichita.
First one.
confetti and
yes,
everything
Mel
else?
Hambleton Ford gave me confetti. They did an amazing job all the way through.
What did you do?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It just, I guess I stayed on them through the whole process.
You were the most annoying.
By far. Yes, I did I was me. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes.
Oh, please.
She goes.
Oh, yeah.
Right into a ticket.
Let's see what the cows think.
Oh, that's great.
Just trying to avoid that mud puddle there.
Cows really
We're back.
Oh, feed. What do you got for me?
They're staring at us.
Yeah, they are. Look at that. Look at all the looks.
Yeah.
This is crawling hard right now.
Yeah.
Look at the off-roading. There's the farmer coming to check on us.
Get a look under the hood of this future hoopty. The paint is beautiful, for sure. You don't even know how to open your own hood.
Why would I do that? There we go.
Oh my God.
Look at this mess.
Oh my God.
1980s Jaguar.
No.
Yeah.
No, Ford. No. What are you doing? This is hideous.
Yeah.
Not even a decorative cover
No.
to hide all this
You get nothing.
horrific wiring and vacuum lines and oh, it's hideous. Cows. Look at this.
Even the cows, look at them. They're,
This has to be the ugliest factory engine
it's
ever.
not great. No, this is the part I don't like to show people.
I'm absolutely fiberglassed.
You're fiberglass.
I'm fiberglassed. Yes, I'm flabbergasted for sure. So there's one of the turbos that will fail before 100,000 miles.
There, I think.
So there's one on both sides, I think.
I think there's one down in there somewhere.
Yep, there's the other one. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
How is
enjoy-
there not a cover?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to make one. Fabricate.
I mean, in what world does the underneath of a car look better than the top of the engine?
I know, right?
Because it looks properly good under here, like a SEMA show car.
Yeah, it really
Or one of
does.
those-
All the plates and
Yeah, the
off-road
skid plating and the
suspension.
finishing on all the
Yeah.
control arms and everything is gorgeous. And then you go back up here, and it's hideous.
Yeah. I almost want to put a bag over the engine.
Honestly, I can't explain the Bronco better than that. I mean, underneath the skin. Whew. It does drive nice, though. I do want to drive it a little bit more. I will say, it does ride and drive better than a Wrangler. You're right.
Mm-hmm. It's quite smooth for what it is, and it's sitting on the 33s and off-road suspension. I mean, that's what the Badlands gets. I didn't do the Sasquatch, but I was very happy with the ride and everything that this thing gives.
Okay, well, there's the other part of this story here, Rob. So, you have the only one in town.
Yes.
It is worth considerably more than MSRP, which is what you paid for it. And what was the MSRP on this thing?
$55,960.
$56,000 for this thing. And yet, someone has offered you $30,000 over sticker just to have it.
Yes.
Like the idiots with the Chrysler PT Cruisers back in the day, Toyota Priuses, where they were paying over MSRP. Someone is willing to pay over 30 grand for this, and this car will depreciate. You could sell it now, make 30 grand, drive something for a couple of years, and wait till these are discounted $5,000, $10,000 off when everything settles down, and you're not doing it.
I'm not doing it. I can't do it.
You're not doing it.
I mean,
That's good brakes.
really good brakes.
Good brake test.
That's
But
exactly,
seriously.
that's why I'm not doing it. Look at the brakes. Brakes are amazing.
You could just wait you've already waited 4 years. You could get some truck to get you by, and then another 2 years, and then you have half of this paid for.
But I waited 4 years for this. $30,000 is great, and believe me, I'm gonna look like a 1%er when I say that. You know, money isn't everything, but this is a special truck to me, and I don't know. It just, what am I gonna do? Buy a Tesla for a couple years, and driving around, and
I
then
can't
you'll
get
get.
that back
I mean,
in.
there's just not. What am I gonna buy that I could replace this with?
Well, there's a lot of things.
Well, maybe, but I don't know. It just, there's something about it. It was the whole mystique of wanting one for so long, and then, being lucky enough to get the only one in Wichita so far. That's just pretty neat.
You just want to feel special.
You know, I didn't really have a good prom when I was a kid.
Okay, all right.
I just wanted.
I understand.
You know, you want to be liked, and you know, you get it.
Yeah,
you know?
I did get a big offer on the Countach that I should take, and I
Yes,
didn't.
you did, and no, you did not.
But that car's not going to depreciate, Rob. This is in.
Well, this isn't going to depreciate for at least a year because nobody's going to be able to get them for at least a year. So I have another solid amount of months to decide. Okay, maybe I'm done with it. Or if I just fall in love with it, you know what? Just keep it and enjoy it, and
All right.
just continue buying broken cars like I always do.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's the wife calling. So I guess I understand.
I appreciate you understanding.
I appreciate you letting me experience this and test the brakes really hard.
Thank you for
I didn't mean for them
breaking my neck.
I mean, it's strong. I didn't expect that to happen.
Oh, they got good brakes.
Yeah. New Bronco. What a fail. What a fantastic fail. Thank you for watching. So this is what it's like being a Bronco owner, huh?
Yep.
Everybody's
this is my new life.
Everybody's just staring at you.
Oh yeah. You can look at the looks. I mean, my gosh, look at 1337. See?
He looks yummy.
Yeah, it's some nice beef.